God. Jeez, what happened to you?
Yeah, I don't want to talk about it, but wait a minute. What happened to you?
Well, you know, that's actually a really long story. Well, it all started when I went to Camelot last week. I was relaxing in my quarters when I was told that King Arthur wanted to see me personally. It's not very often that you get summoned by the king, so I went to the royal hall as soon as I could. Once I was there, I was like, "Hey homie, what is that you need?" And Arthur was all like, "Hey, there's this really big monster that has killed thousands of our men in our quest to expand eastward. Get like a group of soldiers together and go kill the thing." I was like, "Okay homie, but what does it look like?" And he was all like, "Well, reports say that it's a dog with 3 heads and very murderous." After that, I was a little nervous, but I pulled myself together and assembled an army. We began to make the trek from Camelot all the way to the eastern mountains. About 3 hours into our journey, we made it to the murky forest of Alisgard, known for many robbers and thieves. We got approached by a few of these thieves, but they were no match for the army I brought with me. While in the forest, some of our men caught a deadly plague, which killed about half of our troops. After burying our dead, we kept marching forward. Unfortunately, there were a few more deaths throughout the trip. Sir Maynard got thrown off the Bridge of Death for forgetting how to spell Yugoslavia. Sir Bringington was found with a bunch of ticks on his back and unfortunately died of Lyme disease a few days into the trip. Sir Birkingham had such a horrible case of diarrhea that his organs shot out of his body. After a few harsh days of walking, we made it to the eastern mountains. The lair of the beast was a large cave on the far side of the mountains, large enough that a dragon could consider it spacious. Our armies entered the cave, shields raised and weapons at the ready. We continued to march in military formation until we came upon a small creature in the corner of the cave. The poor thing looked injured, and one of my men decided to help it. This proved to be a very poor choice because he was dead in seconds. We looked over to see that the creature was in fact our 3-headed dog, much smaller than expected, but just as deadly. My armies began to charge, but we were all annihilated by the chomping chihuahua. Soon it was just me and the beast. I got ready and prepared for the creature to attack. The creature lunged at me, and in its brief moment of weakness it was skewered by my sword, still chomping after being stabbed. It slid off and went for another blow, this one more vicious than the last. I knew that if I wanted to kill this beast, I would have to slice all of its heads clean off. So, on its second attack, I went for a swing, successfully removing the first head. The creature screamed in pain and went for another attack, biting off a corner of my shield. On its next lunge, I got its second head, nearly losing my arm in the process. At last, I was left with one head, the most violent of the 3. The beast attacked and stayed attached to my shield, yipping and biting at my helmet, until eventually, my helmet shattered. With my head exposed, I flung the beast off my shield and prepared for the final blow. The creature ran straight for my neck, only to be stopped by my crimson blade of my sword. The creature was slain, and victory was mine. I walked 3 days back to Camelot, bloody and alone, until I found a hot spring. Then I was just alone. When I returned, King Arthur praised me for my valiance in slaying the beast. For my great servitude and loss, I was gifted a brand new set of armor, designed by Lancelot himself, to represent the great loss of brethren and my service to God that I performed that day by slaying that vile creature of hell. And yeah, that's pretty much how I got this armor.
Yeah, it's a pretty good story.
Thank you.
So you just painted it, didn't you?
Yeah,